Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black, and it is time for the Strat Time Report. And what do we got here? The Grindy Grinderson. Here's your SPY going into the highs, new highs. So we're back above last week's highs. That's it's late in the week, but we are. It's not a big range, unfortunately, but we are back above that. So the problem would be if we stayed red on this to come back through the outside week and then come all the way back and do outside week, but that's not what's occurring. So we're coming into the end of the month, and we always want to look at what's the next two. What are we closer to doing here? And as you can see, we're into the highs, so we're much closer to just continuing to do that. So if you get those emails that say, "Oh, it's the end of the world's coming, billionaires are selling all their stock," I'm like, yeah, no, they're not. Just so you know, this would have to change. So we've got the today and tomorrow coming into the end of the month. So right now, SPY going highs. We had QQQ doing this. QQQ stock, a little bit more stock. So it's doji on the week, which means doing nothing. They tried to hit it, couldn't get it done. As we've seen in this market over and over and over again, try and hit them, they bring them right back up. So you have this inside day here that's trying to take to the upside, right? So, but still, as far as now, these 2 days are still stuck in here, right? So, if things were going to come down, you'd have to take this red, and you'd have to take out this tomorrow, and that'd still be a Friday, and you start off the new month, but that's not occurring. If you look at the monthly here, are we anywhere near taking out the monthly lows? We're not. So coming into the new month, nope, no. So there's that. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, once again, closer to taking out the highs of the month coming into the end of the month. Now, here, once again, tight range on the week, but not collapsing. So we wanted to see if these things started to collapse, and they didn't do it. Here was your chance on the daily. Nope, right back up. So there's that. And you can see here right now, always watching those new 60s. Here, inside 60 for the Dow Jones Diamonds. So that gets my attention on taking out either side of that. If we go to the small cappers, and small cappers, look at this chop shop in here. Months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of sideways. Right? So, you can say, yeah, we took out the lows and stuff, but he's going to look at something like that kind of range. And like, how are you going to get out of here and then do something, not doing anything? So we want to go to things that are doing something, and that's going to be your AMD. Get, boy. Did I draw that line yesterday for you? I think I did. There it is. So oftentimes, this long consolidation, right, this is monthly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost a year stuck in here, and now breaking to the upside. And so you'll hear people say, I can't chase it. And I'm like, look, you can buy things that are going up. Like I talked about it yesterday, I'm like, you can buy things that are going up. You can be going sideways for a year, and you think you're chasing now? You're not. So far, so good. And that tells you to look at Xilinx with the merger going on. And Xilinx still got some room to get out of here. Xilinx still coming up here, but still got some room up in here. And you can see here the slight higher high, right? And that's where we keep going after that, those higher highs. And so maybe these two have some more to run, and that tells you to look at the SMH. Get, boy, SMH, weekly. Outside week by taking out both sides. Poke down, boom, 322. We're looking to take out these highs and go into new all-time highs. And so as we're coming into the end of the month, they tried to come take them down, didn't work. Now you got an outside month. Potential hammer here. And you can just go down the line. LRCX having problems here, though. But now starting to fight back. You can go SWKS. Here, inside day and up, AVGO. Here, inside day and up, right? So all that kind of stuff tells you pretty much where you want to be. Outside of that, we've got the Homebuilders. ITB, bang, boom, XHB. And XHB, these things having a nice day. The outside week to the upside again, looking for an outside month. And you're going to see the good thing about it is when you can identify a sector that's being bought by institutions, then you can go down and go dig down and get a little illiquid Hovanian HOV now inside in the 60. And this thing moves around. Doesn't have a lot of volume, but when you can go from 95 to 105, $10, that's something I want to know about. You're here on the weekly, this slight lower low, and then boom, coming through here, going to try and take these guys out, setting up the hammer on the month, right? Triangle the out, hammer, boom. So I'd keep an eye on this. Now you got an inside 60. Just go through the line there. Toll Brothers having a nice day. DHI here, nice day there too. Inside day to the upside here, right? Looking for the outside month. Pulte, get boy, there you go, and KBH. And so when you see this is what we call a simultaneous break, which means that they are buying home builders across the board. They're not they're not messing around, right? That's a good thing to know. It's called a simultaneous break. Excuse me. So what you want to do is you can just poke around, look for setups in the home builders, any one of them. Hopefully you can set up a bunch of them, have your stops in, and by the end of the day, all you're going to do is going to have the strongest ones left over. There's also Home Depot in there. What's Home Depot doing? Home Depot not doing anything. So if it's going to continue, you can see this inside week is a problem, inside day. But if you're going to continue into a Friday, right, and knowing that Lowe's and Home Depot are in the XHB and ITB, you get an inside day break to the upside tomorrow, those things are going to continue. So I'd keep an eye on that going forward. Tesla. Inside day to the upside for Tesla, right? So what that's doing is just setting up a doji on the month. You get 2 months inside of this. So it's back and forth, and that's why we're not really taking positions. You're just trading around it. But you can see this inside day. Boom, and it didn't gap. It opened and then took it out. That's what we want, right? We want to move through here to set off anybody who stops short against this, or this'n. Boom, they're gone. Now, it's not how far it's going to go from here. That's another story. But you got a nice opening move there. And Tesla's ALGN. And ALGN, nice move here, right? Now you're going into the highs, that's exhaustion risk. You don't have any more pivots to take out. But if you look at the weekly up here in the upper middle, you see take out the previous high, take out these previous lows and stop them out. And then boom, 222 weekly up. Here you can see the slight lower low yesterday. And then boom, stop out all these guys in one quick shot. How far that goes is another story, but a lot of the things that I'm going to point out to you are just important to know what to look for, right? When things are going to move, why would things move, and what do they look like before they go. If we go to DG's still going, and yes, into new highs, exhaustion risk, but they got that inside 312 Chicago monther, outside, inside, boom, real move, right? So do we look for this? We do, because you had the willing to pay up, willing to sell down, consolidate by going inside, and then boom, real move. DG going into the highs. If we go to Marriott, and Marriott, outside monther. So once again, once you see this month like this, it goes down and then goes green and starts moving through here. Because we know outside bars exist, we're looking to take this out, which we got. So on the weekly, you can see this here. Chop, 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 chop. Lower low. Boom. 2 down, 2 up week coming back to previous range. Marriott, so far, so good. We'll see if that sets up again. Also seeing some steel, believe it or not. Oh, nice try you got there, Rob. Letter X. Going up there, setting up the hammer on the month after stopping these guys out. The 2 down week, 2 up. So here you can see this, the higher high and the lower low. Here's your daily try from the weekly chart. So the question is, can you expand this and get bigger? But this is what we want to look for. The broadening formation coming back through, and that tells us maybe I'll have a little new core. New core off to the races, STLD. And even two down, two up after stopping all these guys out. Boom, off she goes. Still looking for the outside month or the compound outside month if we run out of time. Which means that if this goes to the highs next week, you'll have a new month. It would have been if it was a 2 month pattern, it would have taken this out, right? We're just running out of time, right? So it's still the same thing. You had an inside 60 to the upside. We'll see how that goes. SAIA. SAIA setting up to stop them out, 2 down month, but green and closer to coming up. So we're going to keep an eye on this coming in the new month. You can see this. Stop them out. Boom. Broadening formation. Higher high and lower low. The question is, are you going to be strong enough to come up on all this kind of stuff come next month? Right now, having a real nice day. SAIA. We go to Zoom. Zoom on the month not doing much. Doji here, but it did take out last month's highs. And you can see this, the higher high and the lower low, that's what we look for. So coming into the new month, I want to see if this can take this out and start coming up on this stuff, because here you have that, once again, the outside day, inside day, boom, real move. 312 Chicago style. And what that did was reconfirm this weekly. Take out the lows, 2 down, 2-2 reversal. Boom, here she goes. Looking to take these guys out and maybe even more. If we go to LC, the Lending Club, on a nice gapper, right? Still holding the gap, and we'll see if that sets up again. It's been a runner. But we'll see if we can get a 30 out of it, something like that. And here you can see here in the monthly, here's that inside month, down, rev strat, boom. Then triangle the out right here, because this is an outside month, right? So oftentimes when you see this, that's when you have this move like this, because a lot of people got stopped out, right? The people who wanted to be long got stopped out. They're not in for this. So what you're seeing is people jumping back in there. If we get a wing stop from yesterday, and wing stop, look at this, 2 down on a gap, right? But bright green, boom, 2-2 reversal back to the upside. You might recall this little ditty here, the rev strat 60 I talked about yesterday, the inside 60 to close out the day. Boom, off she goes, reconfirming the inside month to the upside. And so once again, you can see if anybody long this thing got blown out yesterday morning, right? Pretty much. And now they all got to get back in. Nice move for the wing stop. Let's go to car. Not the greatest thing in the world, but you got this outside week, like we saw in a lot of things, to the upside here, right? If we go to Lulu, how's Lulu doing? Lulu, 2-day pattern in here, just takes that out. Right now on the 60, coming back in a little bit, so we'll be careful with that. If you go to ICLR, nice move. 2-2 reversal here, 2 down, 2 up, bright red, bright green. You can see the difference the month makes. Why you want to keep staying on those monthlies. On the downside, not too much. Facebook having some issues on the earnings, not the end of the world. Went inside down on the 60, didn't totally fall apart, but struggling here in a strong tag. If we go right now on the new 60s, you're going to see QQQ start to come in, right? On the new 60, we're always watching the 60 because here, need to get outside of this range, right? Not doing it just yet, so we'll see. If we go to Sava, and Sava, big outside day. So once this thing starts screaming through here, we're looking for an outside bar, what you got. Inside 60, slightly to the downside. Green on the month, but we're overriding that. And once again, when you have these outside weeks and you go red and get back into it, that has my attention, especially when you have this type of range in something like this, Sava. Well, so we'll keep an eye on that. EQIX, having a day, inside day, to the downside, smash them out. Stopped a bunch of these guys out already, but the question is going to be weak enough to take these guys out. We'll see. Maybe get yourself an inside 60. But as of right now, things stalling out, and we can expect that when you go into new highs. So we're going to keep, like I say all the time, focus on that 60-minute bar, the new one, right? What do we know to be true? So far, what we know to be true is you got the semis up in sympathy with AMD. You can always watch Xilinx with that, and the home builders. That's your strength. All right, that's going to do for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith and the Black here at CP Grid.